Well, good morning, everyone. And to those in Canada, happy, what do they call it, civic holiday? And to our US friends, happy Monday. Okay, good to have you on this morning. And some of you are enjoying this holiday Monday. Nativity, good morning to you. And Terry, nice to have you on. Lisa, and you guys are great. Yolande, bonjour. Okay? Even for us on holidays, right? If it's a holiday Monday, so what? We're still up. Jerry, Linda, good to have you on with us this morning. Jocelyn, and Wendy, and Shirley from Newfoundland. Sorry about that, Shirley. Joanne, Andrea, Jerry's watching from New Brunswick, coast to coast. Fran, how are you? Morris is on with us this morning. Good to have you on. And this morning we're going to talk about omega-3. I got studies. Here's what we're going to do this week, I think. We're going to, Joe, how are you? Jan, and let me just see here. Karen, good to have you. From Arkansas. Nice to have you on, Karen, with us this morning. And so I don't think there's any long weekend for you, right? It's not a holiday there in the United States. So anyways, we got lots to cover, and I want to talk to you about omega-3, the importance of it. But new study out specifically on omega-3 and skin cancer. So that's what I wanted to bring to you. But I'll also just talk about everything skin as far as omega-3 goes, okay? So you guys know me. I always talk about, when you talk about the skin, you see this here? It's your largest organ. It's the visible organ. And so, you need, when you work on skin, you have to go inside out, okay? And I'm not against topical. We just reformulating our Rivera, which is a beautiful anti-aging. It's a natural sunscreen, whatever, tremendous skin product. And, it's good to put stuff on your skin except sunscreen. I'm against that. Okay? Just because, and I've been saying this consistently for years, and now they're showing all those chemicals are showing up when they're doing blood tests. All the chemicals. You put something, chemicals on the skin and you add heat to it. Like I found out in my high school chemistry class, you put stuff, you mix stuff and then you put the Bunsen burner to it. Lots of times. I didn't know what I was doing. I was dangerous in that lab. But when we put stuff on our skin, the chemicals on our skin, and you add heat, now they're finding out that, I've been saying this for 40 years. I'm not big on putting chemicals on your skin. But now they're showing anyway, this study was showing the effectiveness of omega-3, taking it as a supplement for your skin. Beauty, inside out. Anti-aging, inside out. And I'm going to tell you why that occurs, okay? Why that occurs. But the study itself was talking about the UV protection of omega-3, okay? And that's important, the UV protection. Okay, so let me just break down UV, okay? So you got two rays that come into your body, UVA and UVB. Now, UVB brings you your vitamin D. So the UVB is tremendous. The UVA radiation from the sun is what's dangerous about it. Now, I've said this many, many times, and it bears repeating. Don't burn in the sun, but get the sun. People stay away from the sun at their own peril. The worst thing you can do is not get sun when the sun is out. Now, don't burn, and you might be hypersensitive. You're very, very fair. It's the way God made you. Well, don't go out and burn in the sun. But ordinarily, you can get 20 minutes of the sun, unless you have lupus or some kind of autoimmune disease where, you just got to stay out of the sun. Well, then you're somebody that needs to supplement with vitamin D. And I don't supplement with vitamin D in the summer, but a lot of people, when they get their blood levels done of vitamin D, they're very low in vitamin D. They're very low in that. So you want the UVB coming in for your vitamin D. When you take care of your skin, isn't it interesting too? I think I mentioned this in the last couple of weeks, that taking vitamin D or getting vitamin D actually protects you. So the sun actually protects you from skin cancer. It's the opposite of what we're being taught. Oh, the sun, it'll give you skin cancer. Well, no. Look, it can. I'm not saying it can't. But the people that get skin cancer and the deadly form of melanoma are generally people that have, one, very low levels of vitamin D, and two, they rarely go out in the sun. They work indoors. And this is one of the reasons that we see so much more skin cancer than we used to. It's not the sun. I don't know, was it 25, 30 years ago that they said that the ozone layer had disappeared? That was nonsense. That was brought to you by Johnson & Johnson. Right? They want, sunscreen. Isn't it amazing when you say a lie long enough, what happens? Whether it's true or not, they just say it, and it gets into people's craw, and they believe it. Right? The cereal companies did it. They were masters at it. Oh, don't eat bacon and eggs, man. They'll give you cholesterol. You need to eat our cereals because they're great, said Tony the Tiger. But it wasn't true. It wasn't true. So you need the sun actually to protect your skin. Because as your vitamin D levels in your serum go up, it protects your skin from the bad radiation of the sun, which is UVA. Isn't it amazing how your body is so fearfully and wonderfully made that it can differentiate between UVB and UVA? UVB you need. UVA, your body knows how to block it out. And again, the little disclaimer is, right? What's my disclaimer? Don't burn in the sun. Okay? So don't burn in the sun. And in my opinion, don't lather up your kids or your grandchildren or whatever with sunscreen. Cover them up. I know, Doc, but they're in the lake all day and whatever. Okay, let them put a t-shirt on and get that wet. If they're burning. Put a hat on them. And let that get, maybe not in the water, No, but just, it's sort of common sense. Okay, so now back to omega-3. You want to work on the beauty of your skin, inside out. And again, I'm not against topical creams. They work, but you want both. You want to work inside and outside on the skin. On the inside, this new study is talking about how omega-3 helps to protect you against skin cancer, working inside and out. So just remember that, okay? So it helps, just like vitamin D does, of blocking your UVA and allowing UVB to come in. And so omega-3. Now think of what omega-3 is, okay? It is a fatty acid. It's fat. Fat doesn't make you fat. Omega-3 doesn't make you fat. It's fat. It's a long chain fatty acid. Now, omega-3, in the long chain fatty acid, the longer the chain, the better it is. Why? It's more bioavailable. It's more absorbing. And this is why you get omega-3, okay, from like a fish oil. It's fat that they take out of fish. You see, I have fish every day in a capsule for me. I'm not big on fish. Not that I'm not think it's good for you. I'm very, fish is very good for you. That's why I take it every day in a capsule. For me, I like steak better than fish. Okay? Now that's just a personal preference. Okay? It's a personal preference. But they're both tremendous for you. And by the way, grass-fed beef has more omega-3, the long-chain DHA, than fish does. Yeah. That's why I'm so big on vitamin S, guys. The Martin Clinic vitamin S steak. Okay? I have a study to bring to you this week on steak. Okay, because lots of new studies came out in the last week, and we're going to try and go through that this week. So number one, omega-3, okay? And remember now, your animal fat is the best omega-3, okay? So found in the animal kingdom. This is why I'm so big on the animal kingdom. We need it. We need to consume it. And one of them is for the protection. And remember, even vitamin D and vitamin A are fat-soluble vitamins. They're fat-soluble. For people, one of the biggest reasons that people are so low in vitamin D. And even some people that go in the sun. You know why? Well, there's two reasons for it. One is that they don't eat any fat. Because in their head, fat makes me fat and fat gives me cholesterol, but that's not true at all. So they bought the lie of the last 40, 50 years, and what did they do? Now they can't even absorb vitamin D properly because they got no fat in their diet. And that's very important. You need fat to absorb fat, the fat-soluble vitamins. Okay? And secondly, when you're consuming sugar, you're glycating. You are hardening your skin. And sugar, one of its detrimental effects is it blocks some of the absorption of vitamin D. And this is why I always tell people you can't out-supplement a bad diet. I start with the diet. Why is that? Because you can't out-supplement it. Oh, doc, I'm going to eat whatever I feel like, and then I will take vitamin D as a supplement. It don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So number one, on the omega-3, the long chain fatty acid. Now remember, there's omega-3 in plants. Okay? There's omega-3. You get 3, 6, and 9 in the hemp seed. And you get some omega-3, and they're not in the same form. You get ALA. Okay? And it's not a long chain fatty acid. That doesn't mean it's no good. I'm just saying it's not as good. Because the longer the chain fatty acid, the more bioavailable. That's why we at the Martin Clinic are so big on DHA. Because DHA and EPA is the shorter version of it. It's still a long version compared to ALA, but the DHA is the longer one. Your brain is actually made up of DHA. So you're just replacing. But your skin needs that for one, UV protection. So we covered that. Number two, okay, the second reason that you want to have omega-3 and its anti-aging effect, okay, is its anti-aging effect. It reduces wrinkles. Omega-3, like again, taking this inside your body helps the outside of the skin. You're just seeing something that's visible, but it is an organ. Your skin is an organ. It just happens to be your largest organ. And you want to have healthy skin. You take care of that. Cut the sugars out, because I talked to you about glycation. Glycation is, it hardens it takes away the elasticity of your skin. That's called glycation. It's a form of free radical damage. It oxidizes your skin in a different way. It glycates it. It takes away the suppleness of your skin. You know, it's part of aging. Yeah, I get it. You know? I think it's about, I don't know how long ago now, over a month. I showed you a picture of my graduation in 1974. I don't care who you are. You're going to age. But you don't want to do it rapidly. So omega-3 is part of it. And then you know what it does for wrinkles. Where omega-3 works is in the epidermis layer. It's a thin layer just below the skin surface, the epidermis, okay? And as we age, that inner layer, that epidermis, becomes thinner and thinner. Well, just think of that healthy fat that you're consuming. It helps the epidermis to become thicker and thicker. So you don't want your skin to be too thin. As you get older, that's what happens. That's one of the causes of wrinkles. And look, you ain't gonna get rid of all the wrinkles. Come on. Okay? You can't. But you can slow it down. You can make it better. Okay? You can make your skin glow even more by taking care of it inside. and on the outside. Okay? Now, the other thing that it does, you ever wonder what, when you hear the word collagen, okay? And this is why we love bone broth, by the way. I mean, for a lot of reasons, but the best protein in the world is collagen. There's nothing like collagen. And omega-3 helps with collagen. So it helps with the epidermis layer. Excuse me. It helps with the UVB, UVA. UVB comes in, UVA stays out. Very important. It helps with that thin layer of epidermis that gets thinner and thinner as you age. It helps to restore that layer. And then it helps your collagen. Now, collagen is sort of like, people ask me, what is collagen? Well, it's sort of the matrix of, you ever see a building go up? And you see, before the building is finished, like you see it going up, but they have scaffolding. It's sort of, like it's part of the, the structure of the building while they're building it. Collagen is your matrix of everything. Your eyeballs, your skin. Collagen is makes up part of your bones. It's the matrix. And what omega-3 does, it helps your collagen. It increases your collagen on the inside of your skin levels. It's the membrane too. Think about this for a second. Like your skin on an inner layer is fat. Well, think about what Botox does. What is Botox? Right? Why do people get Botox? Some of them, I don't like it. I find that they get so puffy. It's too much, right? I see, some of them with the, Hollywood there with the movie stars, and their lips are 3 times the size of their head. It seems. They get Botox, right? Well, in what Botox does, it almost inflames. It makes it puffs. It's like blowing air into your skin, right? I don't know. Does it work? I don't know. Like, I'd rather do it naturally than, but isn't it important why you take vitamin S and steak and fish? I guess I could have given fish vitamin F, right? I guess so. It's not on the Martin Clinic hit parade, but I do have omega-3 there. I love omega-3. Vitamin O. I'm big on it. I'm big on it for a lot of reasons. Very anti-inflammatory. Right? So the fourth thing, okay? So it helps your collagen. It helps your epidermis, which is the layer, the very thin layer just below the surface of what you can see. And then it helps with the sun, the UV radiation. But fourthly, it helps with your complexion. You see, omega-3 is very anti-inflammatory. Think of what acne is, okay? Now, listen. If you have acne, adult acne, children get acne, you think, well, that's part of their teenagehood. Nah, not really, okay? It happens a lot, but it's hormones, okay? It's hormones. But it always has a component to the gut. Always. And that's why if you have adult acne, yes, you can have too much estrogen compared to the progesterone, ladies. That happens a lot. And with too much estrogen, your testosterone goes up. And that can give you acne. But you also have a gut issue. You have a gut issue. You have leaky gut. You have fungus in there. Omega-3 is an anti-inflammatory. Big time. So it lowers that inflammation. That's why it's so good for your complexion. And of course, for the other reasons that I gave you, what it does for your collagen and your epidermis. So what would I do? What do I do for skin? Look, I like working inside out. The gut, if you have leaky gut, you have leaky skin. I don't care what you see on the skin. People send me pictures all the time about, oh, look at this, doc, on my skin. I said, well, if it's on your skin, remember, inside out, it starts in the gut. You have eczema, you have psoriasis, you have dermatitis, you have, I don't care what you have on your skin. If you can actually visibly see it, it starts in the gut. Leaky gut, leaky skin. Leaky gut, leaky skin. So fix the gut. Fix the gut. And don't feed the yeast. That's why sugar is so deadly, folks. It feeds yeast. It feeds fungus. It feeds your bad guys inside. That invasive army that comes in when you don't have enough good, friendly probiotics in your gut. Friendly bacteria. They're on your side. So for healthy skin, I'm a big guy on probiotics. For healthy skin, I'm a big guy on vitamin D. The sun. The sun. And when you don't see the sun, take your vitamin D as a supplement. I'm big on that. And you know what it does for your immune system. And then, thirdly, omega-3. Oil. Oil. I tell some people, you got so much inflammation. You need to slide out of rooms. You're taking so much oil. I love all the oils. Not the vegetable oils, but I love olive oil. But that's a short chain. Olive oil is good. Bacon is better. That oleic acid is a fatty acid. Let's go bacon. Let's go bacon. What's better? Bacon or olive oil? Well, I like the taste of bacon better than olive oil. It's got the same fatty acid. Oh, Dr. Martin, bacon is not good for you. It has nitrates and, yeah, but so do vegetables. It gets on the internet and people go crazy. They look at that fat and bacon and they go, oh, that can't be good for me. Yeah, but that's just because someone lied to you. It wasn't true. Lard is good for you. You want to have fat in your skin, you better eat fat. Omega-3, butter, cheese, eggs, and eat the fat around the meat. Don't get lean meat. What do you eat? Lean meat is chicken. Ladies, I know you love your chicken. Well, eat the skin. That's where collagen is. Oh, I got to cut that off. I don't eat the skin. Why? You should be eating the skin. That's the only fat on chicken. You need fat. It's healthy. Eat it. I know I know it goes against the grain, but it's the truth. What can I tell you? And I can see some people now, I can almost see you. Because some people, not if you've been following me for a while, you know what I'm like. But there are some people, we get new viewers every day and new listeners every day, and we sure love them and welcome them. But they're horrified by some of the things I say because it just goes against everything that they've learned over the years. Someone calls you fathead, take it as a compliment. Someone calls you fat-skinned, take it as a compliment. You don't have to pay for Botox if you eat the right foods. It's good to know, right? It's good to know these things. So you want that healthy fat. This is why I'm big on lard and butter and eggs. You have no idea what that stuff does for your skin. Yes. And fish, Omega-3. I'm big on it. Slide out of rooms, folks. Slide out of rooms. Your body is made up of fat. Your brain is made up of fat. Your skin needs fat. Got it? Okay, got it. So there we are for a holiday Monday. Okay? Now, again, this week we're going to cover some, I've got some things here. Sometimes I switch just because for whatever reason, sometimes I switch these because, I'll find out. But there's a new study on thyroid and exercise. I'm going to try and go over that this week. I enjoyed, just looking at some of these studies. We're going to talk about high blood sugar and some of the effects of that. One of these days this week, we're just going to go over, I think, just because I've sort of really did not so much what is new in COVID, but some of the things just to put it all into perspective, just to give you a bird's eye view of it. And, I'm tired of it too, but it's reality, it's life. And, I always say this, one day or another, you're going to hit COVID. You're going to hit COVID. It's going to hit you if it hasn't already. See, I don't want to go into too much detail, but most of us have already probably got it. You want to get it, but you want to, I'm going to tell you exactly all the research, and I'm going to put it into a little capsule for you. Okay, so enjoy your day. Get a chance, share this with your family and friends. If you're not part of our Facebook group, our private group, please join and line up your friends to join the private Facebook group, tremendous group. And if you have any questions at all, don't be shy. We're going to try and answer all your questions, okay? So don't be shy. That's what we're here for, okay? We're an information-based, education-based clinic, okay? So remember that. Okay, love you guys. Talk to you soon. God bless.